This episode of the Forward Compatible podcast has been presented by GamersGather.com. Hello and welcome once again to the Forward Compatible podcast. This is episode 117, part 1 for May 4th, 2014. My name's Tony. I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters, Jason, Masis, and Bryan. Bryan's back. Hey, everybody!
That's a terrible Dr. Nick. I apologize.
Suppose we could kick off the show with our weekly roundtable and catch up on the Weep and Play. This is the last time we all spoke.
I have not played much.
In your 3-month absence?
In my 3-month absence. I actually sold a number of my consoles.
You've downgraded.
I've downgraded.
Yes!
And Jason has reaped some of the benefits of that. As have some other people. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, there's MERS inside that Wii U. Hope you don't mind.
It's MERS?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Ace hates it.
Maybe.
He can smell the MERS.
You can smell the MERS. But I picked up an NVIDIA Shield, and we'll have a review of that soon.
Yeah.
Next week or so.
I'm like a week behind there.
And I also played a bit of Infamous, which I enjoyed. But I haven't played much of it. Apparently Tony differs from my opinion of that.
That's true.
The end.
That's it?
That's it.
Must.
I've been playing Twin Cobra.
A lot.
Old arcade game that I've probably poured in maybe I think 10 hours at this point. Maybe.
Is it a newer one that you found?
No.
Not a newer game, like something you found.
Okay.
It's the same developer that made 1942, and then they did Sky Shark, and then they did Twin Cobra. And the games have
Is
advanced.
that the one where you can flip between the truck and the...
No.
It's the same.
Silkworm. I'm sorry.
Twin Cobra's a helicopter, right?
Yeah.
No. It's
The part of it's a helicopter.
No, it's just I don't know. It's a scrolling plane. It's the same concept as 1940, but you can see the advancement of this company from the games. I've been going for the local score at the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and I'm close.
Their Kickstarter's still going on.
Yes, their Kickstarter is going on. And Jason, when he's editing the video, will put the link right here at this portion of the video.
I did last week.
Actually, I would probably make it bigger because
It's
if you put it right
actually-
here, it's going to be really small.
Because their Kickstarter is ridiculously long, so it's just gallopingghostarcade.com/fundraiser.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah.
I'll make it flash a bunch of
I
times.
say you put it up here.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. At home, I haven't played anything new. Been live streaming Majora's Mask for the last month.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's actually the only Zelda game I've never 100% completed.
And that's
As
what
in all the side quests.
you're working on. You've got
Yeah.
the fans telling you how to achieve all the hearts.
Oh
and
yeah,
everything.
it's weird because this is the one game where the fans are actually
Yeah,
they're more knowledgeable than I am on the game.
Well, I mean, just like when I was doing Super Mario RPG, Lykios was walking me through all the secrets and stuff. So that was pretty cool. This week, I played Octodad, which is one of the most fun yet frustrating games I've played in a long time. He's adorable. It's $15. It's on PlayStation 4. I believe it's on PC also.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get the analog stick control in there to really feel what's going on. It's really short. It's about 3 hours long, but really fun. I did that, and then I did some more Trials Fusion this week, which is, just like all the other Trials, except prettier. Sorry.
Do you know what Octodad kind of reminds me of? Do you ever play Quap?
Quap?
Yeah, but this is a manageable quap.
Yeah, it is.
Quap is impossible.
You ever see people who play Quap where they're
I remember once I got 3 feet. I was like, go! The game's impossible. It's on the keyboard. It's
Q, W, and O, and P.
And they control an arm and a leg each.
No. It controls.
Oh, God.
It's the knee and it's like the thigh and the calf
Yeah, whatever.
of a runner. So Q W is the left thigh and O P is the right thigh and
My God.
other.
And
muscle.
it's just a straight
Yeah.
screen,
It's
and you're a track runner, and you just get as far as you can. but it's so impossible that
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 3 feet's a miracle.
Yeah. It's madness.
You'll just collapse. Like, we'll try it out after the show.
Yeah.
You'll just
Look
fall.
it up on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
It sounds pretty bad. Pretty bad.
but it's intentionally bad.
Yeah.
It's intentionally frustrating.
Yeah.
As is Octodad. But Octodad is way more manageable than Quap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen anything in one of the later levels. You have to climb a ladder. It sounds stupid, but his damn tentacles kept getting stuck, and then I'm swinging around and
Yeah.
wrapping around the ladder, and I'm trying to undo myself. And
Just watching the game, they were just playing it for like half hour.
Yeah.
And like just watching it, I enjoyed the simplicity.
it is so stupid simple, but yet so complex.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a good
then
game.
You're grabbing milk and like
maybe next week I'll
Tony
get.
spilled it all over the carpet.
I made a mess with the chocolate milk.
Maybe next week I'll get Tony to bring his PS4 controller, and then we can record some co-op, because co-op
Oh
is
my God.
one person controls the
The
left half of him, and the other person controls
Oh
the
my
right
God.
half. So
I
you
can only
have
spell
to.
problems, Sean.
That
I like
sounds
it.
amazing.
I like it. As for myself, as we just mentioned, I just tried Octodad out for the first time. I put like 20 minutes into it. It's a lot of fun. Apparently, I'm already a third of the way through the game, though.
Yeah.
What else did I do? I'm on Super Stardust HD or Delta HD on the Vita, and I have one trophy left between the DLC and the regular game, and I'm officially the high score in every single game, every single category, and every side mission out of all of my friends. Suck it, because I know a few of you watch it, and I fucked up all your scores.
Congrats.
I'm sure if Moss played it, he'd destroy you.
Yeah.
Sure, that'd be all right. Grab a Vita, beat it.
Is it like a classic, like an
It's a
arcade?
twin stick shooter.
It's like
Smash TV and
It's the same guys who made Resogun.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah, I'd crush you.
it plays like Keanu.
I wouldn't
Reeves,
play
kind
it
of.
until I beat your score.
And then
It's
I
like
just play some more because
it would be a war of attrition. There's no.
and then what else did I do
You
this week?
understand.
You do not get it. Infamous, I played for a little bit. Second Son. I'm actually not going to finish that game. I didn't get that into it. I played it for like 4 or 5 hours.
You didn't like tagging?
I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, the stupid
because,
spray
you know,
painting.
that wasn't cool when they did it in Tony Hawk and in the Warriors.
Did you beat the
It
first
was
two
cool in
of
Jet
the
Set Radio.
games?
Most of 1 and 2 I only played like half of.
Okay, so that's not.
I always end up getting kind of.
Okay.
That's the problem with sandbox games, though. Is
I always get
yeah.
sick of sandbox games. I never fucking finish them.
Yeah.
So, what else did I do this week?
Drink a beer.
I drank a beer, and that's good enough. I don't remember. I probably played something else, but I don't remember.
Well then, as you can see, Mark's not here today, so Tony's taking over the news duties this week.
News!
Dirty, sexy, news.
All right. This probably should be the number 1 story, but I don't really care about it that much, nor does anyone else. Call of Duty Advanced Warfighter got announced.
Advanced
Now,
Warfare, I believe it's called.
Warfighter, isn't it?
I think it's Warfare.
Yeah.
Sure.
Advanced Warfare, isn't that the?
Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, because Advanced Warfighter was.
This is how much we care.
It is Advanced Warfare.
But I do got to give them credit. I watch a trailer, but they do this to me every year. Them and Assassin's Creed do this to me every year. This game looks badass off the trailer. They got Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. That's like I haven't cared about a Call of Duty game ever until I saw Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Like this might be a game that I pull a Mark and I watch
The creatures
cutscenes.
play. Just sit there and watch someone else play.
As long as there's in a desert level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Then
Kevin
fuck
Spacey.
that.
Like, and he's like in power. It reminds me of because I watch House of Cards and he's
Oh, I love House of Cards.
he's-
Spoilers. At the end of season 2, he becomes the president.
Yeah.
And
All the way from the majority whip, just fucking getting all of
I know, and he's like brutal dude, and so I'm hoping.
Oh, he is, man. Yeah.
It's just his
I don't have a ring on,
demeanor.
That's the best I can do.
That little
I'll never-
gravity.
I'll
Oh, that the end of the first episode of the second season, that last scene. I was like, what the fuck?
So Kevin Spacey,
So good.
Yeah.
that alone is gonna make me watch a few clips I
Yeah.
did.
It is current gen and next gen.
Of course, they don't want to alienate 170 million.
Call of Duty will be the last ones to hold on to that,
Yeah.
along with FIFA.
They're Madden.
Yeah.
All the annualized franchises.
Yeah.
Exclusives on Xbox first for DLC, of course. Again, we're doing that again.
Like this is going to be the one game that I think will outsell, that will sell better on last gen than this gen. I think because it's probably still going to push 15 plus million, 20 million.
And there aren't even that many next-gen consoles out there.
Even by next
And
November,
then
won't be.
you'll probably see, especially since they have like an exclusive deal with Microsoft for the DLC, you'll probably see like an Xbox One bundle with the new Call of Duty, like what we saw with Titanfall.
Does EA have anything coming out this year?
It's Battlefield 5's rumored for the fall, but
Is it 5 or is it Bad Company 3?
It's 5. It's supposed to be revealed
4
at E3.
just came out?
And 3 came out the year before it.
No. There was 2 years between 3 and 4. Medal of Honor. came
Yeah,
out.
Medal of Honor
Yeah,
was,
you're right,
was
you're
the
right.
gap, but Medal of Honor sucks again. So
Wow.
Medal of Honor, the first one was really good. Not the first original, the first of the reboots. Then that's Warfighter,
Do you
and
think-
that one was no good.
You think with how poorly, well, I wouldn't say poorly, but it took a step back critically, Ghost compared to Black Ops and Modern Warfare. You think that's gonna have any effect on the?
well, now we're into the 3-year life cycle for the 3 different development
It's
teams.
interesting, actually. Yeah.
So now I think as the franchise was getting stale, now we'll see it start to kind of.
And it looks like they're trying a lot of new shit. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys watched the trailer,
No.
but this was supposed to be Treyarch's year, which I was looking forward to because I like their zombie mode. And then, like Jason was saying, they got bumped to a 3-year cycle. So now I have to wait one more year to see what they came up with this time around.
But this is this team's first go around, right?
Sledgehammer games.
I mean, they did the mobile.
The thing is, they all help each other. Like the last 6 months, all the teams come together. Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer to finish and polish and get the fucking thing out. Then they go back.
So
to
we're
their
like
own
1
game,
month away from them.
converging
Yeah,
to make sure to get everything tidied up.
and it's November 4th, 2014. So it's 11/4/14.
1-1-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like playing with the numbers a little bit like that.
They're always the first week of November, first or second week. So
We'll see what they do with the story, because I think
Ghost had an interesting story. I'll give it that.
the one thing, like, outside of Call of Duty players, I don't think people cared about. It never had. Here's an example I'll give. When Modern Warfare, was it 1? Which is the one with the no Russian? The one where you.
That was the second one,
That's
wasn't
the
it?
second at the airport.
Yeah.
The second one.
Okay, that's when the series really just like exploded beyond belief. And I remember people were talking about the single player, the controversy behind it. Like, it made mainstream news. And I think that's part of why the series got to where it was. And maybe with them, like, putting actors into the... I actually think this acting thing is a big deal. Putting a well-known actor like Kevin Spacey into a Call of Duty game. Maybe it can draw mainstream hype again.
Well, it's been. I mean, they've been trying it with gaming in general. I mean, gaming wants to be Hollywood.
They brought what's her face to
Ellen
Beyond Two
Page,
Souls. That didn't help at all.
It had better acting than most
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
But they're not the first to do it either. I mean, if you look at the Halo games have Nathan Fillion in them. Who else? There's someone else in them too, isn't there?
We had like an hour-long discussion about this last night.
L.A.
Just-
Noir.
Yeah,
LA
we were
Noir,
pulling up.
yeah,
We
yeah.
were just pulling up all these different games. I mean, we could sit here
This is Call of Duty, though.
and yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Call of
it's
Duty is a
Kevin
big
Spacey
deal.
big
Yeah,
right now.
and Kevin Spacey is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Especially right now. Before he restarted House of Cards, I think his career wasn't.
Yeah, he was like
I mean, he was he was on fire in the '90s
Yeah.
when like 7 came out and
the negotiator.
and that one with the
American Beauty.
yeah that one, and he had the one where he was in space or whatever. He was like an alien or something. I don't know.
K-Pax?
K-Pax.
That didn't do too well, I don't think.
But no, I'm just saying he was
Yeah, 'cause he was-
constantly
yeah,
making
he was-
movies, and like
yeah.
now, before House of Cards, what has he done in for the last 5 years? But now he's huge again.
Well, but I think, is he a producer on House of Cards? He's probably trying to get House of Cards off the ground for a while. That's my guess. But whatever. He's
Well, House of Cards is a British ripoff.
right. Well, yeah, they licensed it.
The thing happened in Parliament. The
Right.
show's already old. Yeah.
Right. No, but I'm saying, like, usually when someone's producing a show, they're trying to get it greenlit and passed through. So he could have been working on that for a while as well. He could have been other things too. Who knows? I am not Kevin Spacey's personal assistant. anymore.
But my prediction here is, so Andrew Dillon, if this works out, I think what's going to end up happening long term is people are going to be asking, oh, who's going to be the villain in the next one?
Yeah.
And they're going to be like,
It'll
year
build
after
up hype,
year,
yeah.
it's going to be every year what actor they're going to get.
That could be interesting, yeah.
Similar to what they're doing with the Expendable franchise now. They get a big name,
Yeah.
you know.
Like
person.
8 of them.
And they, but then they make one of them the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know. So
Mel Gibson.
works.
More news! Nintendo came out, well, their patent leak this week, about a new handheld that has swappable buttons.
Yes.
Well, like you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they have those, like, who makes it? Mad Cats?
It was Mad Catz made the Phoenix controller, which
Make
had the
it
little
flip on.
pods, and you could switch the buttons to wherever you wanted.
It's supposed to be with the much rumored Fusion, right?
Yes.
And whatchamacallit, I guess it's going to have the 2 thumbsticks finally, and it'll switch for righty and lefty. Like some games, I remember, like, what was it? Kid Icarus, right?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't play well if you were a lefty because
Because you have to use a screen for your aiming and the stick for moving.
and that's why they're
So,
looking into some
yeah.
of the stuff where you can literally like pick up, I guess, the block of A, B,
It's like a
X,
pod.
Y,
Yeah.
and put it over here and move the thumbstick over here and stuff. So
Or can you just rotate the system?
Again, though, I mean, just because they have a patent doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see it come true.
of course,
But
yeah.
I mean, I had one of those Phoenix controllers,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a PS2 controller. But I always preferred when playing the racing games to have the analog stick in like the 360 format.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice.
Mhm.
And then we'd mess around and be like, all right, well, your challenge is to complete a race, but flip it backwards. So you're driving with your right thumbstick.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be interesting.
Like he was saying though, like so many patents get taken out daily from these mega corporations, and none of them come to fruition. So I wouldn't get anyone's hopes up.
Yeah,
I just thought this was one of the cooler rumors.
The Xbox holodeck.
I don't even know why this is patent worthy. What's
It's
just-
not.
It's
new.
not a new idea.
It's not new. I don't know.
Didn't they have a patent on the D-pad back in the day, or their style of D-pad? Isn't that why no one
Yes.
else used that style for a long time?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
So maybe they're just trying to
It's
repeat
just-
that. You can patent very specific things sometimes. Well, patents are weird. You never know. What
But see,
patents.
I always thought that having a customizable controller would be good for people who may have certain disabilities.
Well, there's a modder out in Wisconsin, Ben Heck, who does that for people. He takes the stick off and puts the stick on the bottom, so you can put it on like your hand, your rest of your knee, and move it around and hit the second. So if you're on like one hand, you can play with your knee.
Yeah.
So there are people who do that for a living, and there are console modifiers who do that. So to have Nintendo just cut out the middleman is probably a good way to do it. Probably cheaper than sending your console out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, stuff like that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nintendo has confirmed that they are not showing any hardware this year.
Yes.
So
So
They
that
can't-
also came out because
yeah.
another rumor leaked yesterday, I think. Yesterday or Friday, that they were going to reveal the new hardware at E3, and they came out and squashed
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
hours later. They're like, no, we're not.
Yeah. I don't even think it was a rumor. It was just like a blog post that went.
Damn it,
viral.
Brian.
Yeah, goddamn.
I needed hits. I need money.
Speaking of Nintendo, Stealth Inc., the sequel, which is unnamed at the moment, is going to be a Wii U exclusive.
Good for them. Good for them.
I don't know what that is.
It's a little robot game.
It's also called Stealth Bastard.
That's what its original name was, and
Yeah.
it caused all that controversy, and they switched it to Stealth Inc.
It's like been free on PlayStation Plus for the past month and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
So I haven't had a chance to play it.
Who makes it?
It's an indie
Yeah.
title.
It's an indie
I
title.
can get that
Are they known
information
for
from
something
you.
else?
Well, he looks it up. The company, they came out and said that it's a shame what the Xbox does with the parity it causes on the indie developers when they get licensed to Xbox, like what they make them go through. Because apparently, if you want to get your thing on the Xbox platform, you have to sign a lengthy exclusive, not fully exclusive, but like look what happened with Limbo.
Yeah.
When the 360 got Limbo and nobody else could touch it for 9 months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also your game. It can't have been released on any other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be on Xbox One first, and they have to have exclusive rights to it for X amount of time before it can be released to any other
Curve
platforms.
Studios.
And it may not seem like that big of a deal, but when you're an indie developer team with 4 or 5 people and you really don't have any push or say in the industry, and Microsoft offers you a deal, you just kind of take it because you need to finance
Who was
the
it that
finishing
got,
of your game.
who was it that got kind of screwed by Microsoft? I can't remember who it was. There was an indie developer back in the 360 days. It was early to mid 360
Team
days. Was it Team
Team
Meat?
Meat came out.
Yeah. Because they had made it originally for 360, or it was supposed to
No,
be.
they signed a big deal, and
They signed
that's
a deal.
why all their stuff kept going there first.
Right, and they did not get the advertisement they were promised, just along those lines, so they didn't get the numbers that they were hoping for. Yeah, I recall that. It was part of that indie game, the movie that I saw once and forgot all about.
Yeah. Screw Phil Fish.
It doesn't seem like they have the pull to get away with this, Microsoft.
They do so far.
No, that they're that's the problem is these teams are getting themselves in debt, or they're not bringing in any revenue, even if it's all free. Like if they all have second jobs to support themselves while they make the game, and then the first offer that comes up, Microsoft's like, "Hey, we'll pick it up. We're gonna throw you a bag full of cash right now, but it's got to be exclusive on our console for a year. Got to come out on this first, and so on and so forth." And the guys will just be like, "Well, it's this or nothing, guys," and they'll take it.
Yeah,
Because they can't reach out to Sony or Nintendo or anything like
Right.
that. And the guy's just saying it's a shame the way it's constructed.
I think what's going to happen is it's no longer going to be this or nothing. I think the nothing is going to start turning into options a little bit, because this is not sustainable for Microsoft to do.
No,
this.
not at all. I mean, especially with the big push that Sony's done for indie, and even Steam Greenlight.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't even say it's Sony. It's the fact that these games are going to be they're going to eventually be playable on almost any device.
Yeah, well, the reason I point out Sony is because they made a big initiative to court the indies and get more content from them. Just on like the free games that I've gotten on the Xbox or on the PS4 currently, Contrast,
Isn't Transistor coming out this month?
is it?
I think it is.
But yeah, I mean, they made a big press conference of talking about how it was during their E3. I want to say, wasn't it, Tony? When they were talking
they showed
about
like 8 of them.
PlayStation loves indies.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were going after the indies specifically, but also too, even with a platform like Steam and Steam Greenlight, being able to publish your own work out there now, and then Steam is helping support it through user feedback. So anybody who's on Steam Greenlight, it's like an early access.
Yeah.
They can upvote it, and then Steam will start promoting that.
Well, the other big thing that a lot of these developers have going for them now, although it's also not great in other ways, is Kickstarter, because there was no Kickstarter last generation,
Yeah.
or until the end. And a lot of these games are getting funded on Kickstarter. They normally would have to sign up with Xbox or with Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo. Although, and this is something that Tony will probably get a kick out of, a lot of these Kickstarter video games are falling apart and not being made.
I know.
There are two that I
saw this
funded
coming
back in
years
the
ago
day.
when I started bitching about Kickstarter.
There were two, and one of them was from someone who had made a game before, so you'd think they would have known better, but they're dropping out. They're dropping like flies.
They ran out of money.
They run out of money. They don't plan for debugging, and they're not planning for the long haul. They're making crazy promises that they can't fulfill because they don't know how to run a business.
So it's a good thing about Missing World
And
Media.
no one pays the price because they're risking the fucking people's money.
Well,
Well, that's you.
Missing
you
Worlds
you're
Media.
doing that when you don't.
Came out, and now they've switched to Unreal 4
Mhm.
for their development.
isn't their
cycle.
launch coming up soon?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. They're coming out of development, and like they're gonna actually start making the game now. Like they're in like a pre.
Oh, so they're in planning.
Yeah, they're still in pre-production.
Okay, I thought the game was coming out.
But
Like
now
this
they
year.
got the license. They understand how the technology works. Some features that they had promised to people, like where you can res and everything, they came out and said, "Listen, guys, here's the deal. We've switched over to Unreal 4, and it's easier for us to use their pre-programmed respawns rather than us trying to program our own. So rather than spending the money and the time on this, we're going to use theirs, and we're going to just continue to make the game better. So that's a positive for like how that's working.
Well, and Unreal 4 and Unity Engine are also changing indie stuff because Unreal 4, they changed their model where it's just like you pay per user or something now. How does it work? Anybody know?
It's something similar to like how Office 365 is, to my knowledge.
Well, because it used to be like you just pay like $250,000 to license the and now it's like, well, how many people do you have working for you? Or something along those lines. Like the number of installed users is how you pay for the license now. That plus Unity, both, which is also a lower end engine that can produce for almost any platform, is making it easier for them as well.
Rock out.
Yeah.
More news! Alright, this is a weird one. Today is May 4th. It's I don't agree with it, but it's I want to say about 60% of people consider this Star Wars Day.
Yes.
The other 40%, which is what I'm in, consider the launch of Episode 4, A New Hope, which is like I don't even remember now. That's actually Star Wars Day, but whatever. So it's Star Wars Day.
But you can't.
And there's a lot of,
Every single Star Wars movie, with exception of Episode 7, has launched in May. Yeah. That's what they. I was just reading it on IGN.
There you go.
7?
Yeah.
The one that's coming up.
Yeah.
The one that JJ
The one that's coming out is December 2015.
Okay.
That's what that's. I just read it on IGN. I could be wrong. I didn't research it. I was just reading it on IGN. Someone's gonna look up right now.
it's close to, I think it's in June. I don't remember.
Does this have any video game implications?
Well, no, it's just some general nerdum, and there's a lot that came out this week with Episode 7.
May 25th.
There it is.
May.
Yes. Well, that's the day. Yes, May 25th, 1977.
Self high five.
Okay.
1970 something.
That is, in my opinion, Star Wars Day. Bang.
Bang.
But we have the cast announced. Anyone care?
I was actually. I mean, we kind
I don't know who any of these people are.
Really?
Harrison
Ford?
No, I know
Mark
names.
Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Chewbacca.
Isn't the guy who's playing...
R2D2, C3PO.
Wait, isn't the guy playing...
They're not confirmed yet.
Yes, they are.
The R2D2 and C3PO,
Yeah.
they're in the movie, but
Anthony
it's not. It
Daniels.
might not be.
Oh,
the
they might not be
original
the
guys.
original people.
Oh yeah. No, the actor Anthony Daniels was there. I thought,
Isn't it?
and the guy who played R2D2 was there as well. I was
Nope.
under the impression.
No.
I thought the actor who's playing Chewbacca is a different actor.
No, it's
Richard Mayhew.
yeah, it's Mayhew. You should know who Andy Serkis is.
That might know. I'm talking about like some of the new people that.
Andy Serkis.
Sure.
Fucking Gollum.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's Gollum. He's King Kong. He's Godzilla. He's Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
He was the Mad Emperor in Heavenly Sword, just to tie it back to video games. And he was also the mocap actor for Monkey in what was that game that was good for $20? Enslaved.
He's probably like obviously the most famous mocap actor there is out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Rock on.
Way to brush it off.
I don't know. I believe you. I do. But for me, I don't know. I was reading some of the comments. People were complaining, but
Big deal.
the internet's upset always, constantly. Just upset.
Did they say who's writing it? Is it J.J. Abrams writing it, or is it someone else writing it? That's my big question.
Abrams wanted it, then he didn't. Then
Abrams, Abrams and the guy who wrote
Lawrence Kasdan. Okay.
and he's the guy who wrote
Empire.
Empire.
Yeah. Okay. Thumbs up. We can do this. It'll work.
The video game tie-in is right before they announced the cast for Episode 7, they completely obliterated the expanded universe, which includes Starkiller.
and they got the thing with Lucas, and Lucas is like, "Fuck you, Star Wars is mine," and I say we're axing it, and then he just axed it. So the author who did I guess he's like really really good. I never read any of the expanded universe.
I have, and let me tell you, there's some of it's fan crap.
Well, no, one of the specific authors who really took off from it.
Yeah.
And he just quit when Lucas said that. He stopped writing them because he's like, well, fuck it then.
What's the point? There's this great spin-off series called New Jedi Order that takes place 20 some odd years after the movies. And it's actually really good. It's about these beings that exist outside the Force. So the Jedis can't do shit to them. It's really interesting. It's really cool. And they kill off a very major character in a very awesome way.
Chewbacca.
They kill off Chewbacca. They crash a moon into another planet.
Yeah, you know
Chewbacca is standing on the
They
planet.
ripped it
shouting
off
"Boom."
from Dragon Ball.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Piccolo saves one of the Gohan's kids, throws him onto the ship, and they crash the planet into the
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's
since I've seen
GT.
it. Oh, it doesn't count as GT.
It's expanded universe. Anyways, you wanted to go nerd. You're the one that
I
said
said
nerd.
Star Wars,
But
not Dragon Ball.
anyway, it's really cool because this enemy that's in the expanded universe in the New Jedi Order, all their technology is biological as well. So like, it's just completely different from anything else that's in Star Wars. It's really cool.
Even though they said that they killed the expanded universe, they said it's not all gonna there's gonna be characters and people that they're gonna pull from it, but they're just rewriting the canon for it. So
It could still be awesome. They can still put in and make it awesome, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm going to see it. I like Star Wars.
you know what we got coming up first though? We got Godzilla on week.
Yep. And I can't even see
With
it.
Walter White.
It's a Thursday night.
Oh, is it?
Well, let's go to the fucking midnight. We're gonna go to the midnight.
It's a Friday.
I know, we're going to the
I
midnight.
have to work at like 6 in the morning.
It's cool.
I'll go see it on like the next weekend. It'll be okay.
We'll go Sunday morning
Eat your face.
for the podcast.
More news! Xbox One has changed the game, my friends. Recently, we reported on the China console ban being lifted. Xbox is going to be the first out of the gate. They're launching the Xbox One in September of this upcoming year.
It's a big win. If it sells.
If it sells, that's the question. There are a little over 1 billion people in China.
I think a lot more than 1 billion people.
No, India. I think India is more than China, isn't it?
No,
No,
I think
China's
it's
the
like
most populated
1.4
country.
billion or something.
Okay,
That's like
1.
1 billion plus the United States.
Yeah. So
Now, the thing is, like 99% of them make no money.
nothing. They live in poverty. I know. I was gonna say, like, even if like 1%.
That would I think that's outrageously high.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hey, what you're not factoring in is Jackie Chan is like Oprah over there. He just start handing out Xboxes.
Yeah. You're gonna have
What?
the Chinese version of Tom Cruise just jumping on a couch.
Chan is Oprah.
Yeah, he's always over there doing shit for him and everything.
Is he even
He's
Chinese?
like, you got a car,
Yeah,
and you got a car, and
He was
Kung
an
Pao
opera
chicken.
singer out there.
Yeah,
He was an opera singer before he was
yeah.
in a
He's
carnival.
he's kind of a big deal
guy.
over there.
He is.
He's
he
like
is.
Moss over there.
He's their boss.
JackieChanDungeon.com.
He had his own video game in the NES.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
Jackie Chan's Kung Fu.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of games. There was Jackie Chan Adventures, which was based on the cartoon, which wasn't that bad. And then they made a movie called The Medallion, and it was nowhere near as good as what the cartoon was.
In any case, there's an awful lot of people there, and even if less than 1% grab it, you're talking like 10, 15 million consoles, like for a fraction of 1%.
If it sells.
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Any console that's in that country right now that's not made in China by a Chinese company is illegal.
Yeah.
So-
and they still sell.
They do still sell, but will these people care? Because there's another thing about the Chinese market that people forget. Piracy is huge in China.
So they're going to get the Xbox
So they
One
might
that
get
we
the
were
Xbox
promised.
One.
The one that we were originally promised.
Yeah, but like depending on how they work their anti-piracy over there, they may never sell a single game. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit in terms of not selling a single game, but you better believe that people are going to circumvent the security net really quickly.
Another interesting thing, I brought this up when we initially talked about it, because the other two main players have a severe disadvantage going into China, because they're both, their country of origin is Japan, and I'm talking about Nintendo and Sony. China and Japan do not like each other at all.
Nintendo had
This goes
some
back-
deal.
This goes
in
back
China.
like thousands of years.
No,
They
I
despise
mean, you're
one
right.
another.
That there's a cultural thing.
So I don't see them. It's not like China's pro-American by any stretch, but I think if given the option, they'd go with the American-made console.
Well, they would go with the crappy Chinese consoles at their behalf. Nintendo had a deal to release the Game Boy Advance in China as the IQ, and I think also the
The
Nintendo 64.
was released as the IQ.
Yeah, because there was also at a Game Boy Advance I got when I was at GameStop that had IQ branding on it, so they may have released that as well because those were around about the
I
same time.
remember
Yeah.
seeing that thing.
You remember that, right?
Like Ocarina of Time is released in China.
In China, but that's probably the last.
Yeah.
It's been a 14-year ban.
Right. Yeah. So it's possible that they could partner with a Chinese company and release that way as well.
Well, they already have partnerships with the 4 major Chinese ISPs and cable providers.
Okay.
Oh, so Microsoft is moving in hard, huh?
Does Microsoft are the Xbox Ones manufactured in China?
Probably.
It's Foxconn. It's probably Foxconn, yeah.
Okay, Nintendo their stuff
Because the
is
360 was
manufactured in
Foxconn.
China. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds like a Metal Gear Solid
It does a little bit, but Foxconn makes like everything.
Foxconn.
They make the electronics for the world, yeah.
Yeah, it's Foxconn, and there's a couple other ones.
But Foxconn's the one that keeps popping up because all the...
There's all the suicides.
Yeah.
It used to be a thing too on the show.
Mhm.
There was a weekly update about how many people jumped off the roof and whatnot.
Well, that's why they put the nets up.
Yeah.
Did they really?
You didn't know that? They put nets around the building so people couldn't jump off.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, crap.
They all feed back into a conveyor belt that puts them right back to work.
Oh, you tried to jump at?
So
Right back on the
It's
line.
like a bowling return.
You know that joke in the Clerks you know that joke in the Clerks TV series where Randall becomes a slave in the mines?
Yes.
That's what it's like working for
Yeah.
Foxconn. Take a break, full break, push carts. That's
Yes.
that's basically Foxconn.
Who's driving car? Bear's
So,
driving. How can that
one
be?
thing to consider here, China, like they don't like stuff that's not made in China. That's what they're not. They might not. Well, I think of this similar to like how Brazil works with like the PS4. Like, isn't it like $2,000 or something to buy a PS4 in Brazil?
Mhm.
Like,
Well, Brazil is one of the few territories where the PS2 is still selling like hotcakes.
Yeah. But I remember reading a story that, or was it someone, maybe one of you guys said, like it's cheaper
To buy it and ship it than it is to buy it
that's
there.
like illegal. Like it's
Yeah.
cheaper to buy an airplane ticket to Florida from Brazil, fly, go buy it, and get it
Yes.
returned. Then I'm gonna,
Than just to buy it. No.
Yeah.
So
Well, and didn't they say that it's only the PS4 that has that problem because the Xbox is more reasonably priced, if I recall correctly? Wasn't that the issue there? Because there was some kind of crazy thing where the taxes were super high on the PS4.
Well, they just went up in Canada also.
Yeah, but not,
Yeah, well,
not by
that-
that
No,
much.
has to do
that's
exchange
that's
rate.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not tax. That's
Yeah.
not tax or import or export.
Listen.
Which they could have something. Brazil might have something against Japan. I don't.
yeah, that maybe it's.
I'm
the
not that
United
well
States.
versed.
It
with
doesn't,
this
I
too.
think Brazil is the only country in the Americas that has a Foxconn factory.
Hello, welcome to the World Economics Podcast.
Yes. Part 3.
Well, you know the four countries: Brazil, Russia, India, and China. They call them the BRIC countries. They're like the next like emerging markets because they have like half the population of the continent or globe.
It's like continent.
I think India
Yeah.
and China combined have almost half.
Yeah, like 2.5.
They're like 2.5 billion or so. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah,
Fun.
Brazil was a notable video game market for a while. Like I remember they had a huge Sega Master System market. It's like
They're still really big. They're just behind the curve. Like I'm assuming really soon the 360 and the PS3 are going to be huge down there. Now that the 4's out.
like I think that's kind of like that seems to be logical if you take the old model from 10 years ago and just move it along. But I don't think that's.
But they may move at a faster pace.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They might
They
jump
may
a whole
just
generation.
skip it and jump over. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's not the same hurdles. I don't think as there used to be.
Well, in the age of eBay or Amazon, you can just as easily
Yeah, I know.
find someone and throw them an extra $50 to ship worldwide,
Exactly,
and they'll
yeah.
do it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the year 2000.
Well, that's-
You avoid all the tariffs and everything.
I
so.
do. I do actually. Yeah. There's like I order stuff from Japan all the time, but like Japanese people won't. Most sellers won't ship to the United States. So there's a company that works in Japan, and all they do is you pay them money and they will bid and buy things from you. Then they ship it to that warehouse, and then when you want them, they'll ship it to you. So you end up paying almost 100% more of what you're trying to buy, but
It's
you
still
can
cheaper,
actually
right?
buy it.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
Remember that when you want that memory card.
I have places like that. They're like $93.
They usually like Play Asia or something like
Yeah,
that.
Play
Something
Asia.
like that. Yeah.
what if PlayAsia will sell the Xbox in China?
It'll be
They ship to
interesting.
China. inflate.
I think the price is going to have a lot to do with it too, because China as a country is very, very rich, but as Mas said earlier, a majority, like at least 90% of the country lives in near poverty. Or,
I don't know the numbers.
See, I don't know if you can say poverty. It's so rural that like it doesn't even enter into it, right? I mean, like they're just isolated.
They just don't care. They
never
farm. They
caught
live.
up.
They live off the land. It's like
they're not industrialized,
Yeah.
so poverty is a completely different concept.
The rural portion of China is non-existent for this discussion at all.
Right.
Okay,
Oh, you're talking
they
about
barely have electricity.
We're talking about
Okay.
people in Shanghai and like
Beijing and
Those are the only potential market.
Right. And even there,
They're not
90%
shipping
poverty?
this. They're not putting the Xbox One in Tibet or anything.
Right, no, but what I was saying, even there it's 90% poverty, or are you talking about China as a whole?
I don't know. I'm not willing to say 90%. It might be.
I was talking cumulatively, but in the cities it's probably less.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the ultra rich out there.
Like Jackie Chan.
That
Like Jackie Oprah Chan. Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm talking about the people who actually own the skyscrapers. But yeah,
Jackie Oprah Chan.
We could.
I think their poverty level is probably much lower than ours because their
sure.
standard of living.
Well,
is
'cause, I mean, look at what's that city where they filmed The Dark Knight in?
Shanghai.
No, it wasn't Shanghai. It was,
Beijing.
Chicago.
no. There were
where he flies off the skyscraper.
no. There were
That was Chicago. Where skyscraper
Or was
is
it-
at.
Talking about the third one, that was Pittsburgh.
or was it the first one where they filmed The Narrows? They filmed it in a Chinese city. They filmed something.
The Narrows is here.
Was it here?
The Narrows is here.
Then maybe it was just based on
they went to Shanghai for part 2.
for part 2.
The
No, but
base jumping.
maybe I was thinking of a different movie where
Yeah.
maybe it was something else where they used a Chinese city that is in poverty as a model for.
Yeah, no, they might have done it to dress up the Narrows, but I know exactly where
Where it was
every inch
filmed?
of that movie was filmed, and I've been to all of them.
Was the first one was filmed here too?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that. I thought it was
1 and 2
Dark
were
Knight.
here, 3 was
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I hated 3 so much.
That'll do it for Heinz Field is cool.
Yeah, they could have done it with Soldier though.
Yeah. Definitely. No, that's news.
More news? That's news?
That's news.
We're done with news.
David Letterman.
Keep the Letterman alive.
Kill the Letterman.
It's gonna be like Steve Colbert.
It's actually Colbert's.
I have not received the email yet from Andrew Dillon. He just got home. He was messaging me. But we've got something to keep us busy. In the meantime, if he gets to it in time. So we'll
Wow,
see.
this is like live questions.
This is.
Is it time? Is it time?
No, it's not because he didn't send us the stuff yet.
No, that'd
No.
be for BS. We still,
He still asks us question though, too.
oh, okay.
Nobody asked questions.
No, we didn't. Well then, I guess it's time for.
All right. Oh God. Is it time for?
It's Octodad.
What did I say? Aquaman? Did I say Octodad?
Octodad. Yeah.
Did I? Okay.
Aquadead.
He told us we could talk about this, so we're going to talk about it.
Yes.
Gabe Bustos.
I've been wanting to talk about this for months.
Gabe Bustos
What's up with GB? I haven't talked to GB in a long time.
is deep in production
Mm-hmm.
on a forward-compatible video game.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes!
Is it too dispatchable?
It's a Space Invaders type game starring Tony.
Yes!
It should be done around the end of May. I have to send him our intro music, which I forgot to. 'cause
I'm available for voiceovers if you need me to record anything.
Production.
I'll totally.
Yeah, I shot that bastard. You see that? I'm the best.
I went all Flappy Tony on that bitch.
Is that Space Invaders with Tony's head?
That would be great.
I mean, we don't need
Kinda like
any.
the old Journey arcade
we,
game.
we actually been talking to him for months about this. He was kicking around a couple ideas off of us.
Since like episode 100.
Yeah, and we were like, dude, we'd be happy to help with anything you want to do, but feel free to do whatever you want with our likeness or whatever. We don't care. You know, we were honored. We're like, oh, this is awesome.
That's amazing.
Right? Right? We
Why do
made
you
it.
think
We
I was
made it.
joking around with
Can
you?
I be the villain?
Why do you think I was joking around with you when you have Doc made the Zelda arcade cabinet? That it should be called Legend of Moss. And just, it's Link, but he's got poofy hair.
Yeah, that's all. What do we call them? The Mashis?
Mashis?
The little plushies with Mosh on Moss on them.
Oh, I forgot what those were.
The Mashis.
Were they Mashis?
That was a thing?
Yeah, we were gonna make Moss plushies. And one was going to have the little fro, and one wasn't.
They said it. They're like, call them Mashis. We're like, oh, that's a good idea.
Andrew Dillon, let me know what the plushies
I
were.
think it was episode 100.
Yeah.
Because that was happening live off the, the roll.
Yeah, they wanted us to make plushies.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I remember that now. I was watching that.
So yeah, we're cool with whatever. If you need us to do some voiceover, let us know. Send the songs, whatever you need us to do.
Gabe sent us 3 questions, one for each of us.
Rock out.
So, got to skip Mark, because he even said, for Mark, if he's not dead again or getting another sex change.
Yeah.
So, and this applies directly towards Mark, so we can't even answer it.
We'll wait for Mark to come back on that one.
Number 2 question goes to Tony.
Okay.
Tony,
Yes, sir.
what is the right way to make a sandwich?
What? Well, you need to clarify what kind of sandwich.
He does it. He just says, "What's the right way to make a
Pick
sandwich?"
a sandwich.
All right.
Pick a sandwich.
Well, obviously you get your turkey out first.
We're gonna make wrong. We're gonna make a basic ham or turkey sandwich. Okay.
Alright.
First, you get the bread out. All right. You decide what kind of condiment you want on it. You open the 2 pieces up. You decide what kind of condiment you want on it.
Whoa,
Mayo or mustard.
Back it up. What kind of bread do you use?
White. Always white.
Not wheat.
If you're trying to lose some weight.
Not rye?
Lightweights, yeah,
Too
rye.
high for you?
White, no. No pumpernickel either. We're using white fucking bread here. White bread, okay? You fucking
What's your
pricks.
preferred brand of white bread?
Huh? Wonder Bread before they went under. Fucking Hostess bastards.
They're back around.
Wonder Bread is?
Yeah.
Hostess is back. I haven't seen Wonder Bread on the shelves
They got
yet.
them at Jewel.
Really?
Fuck
Fucking
those
A.
around.
Fucking A, man. Good.
Fuck that. Hey.
Fuck that A. So you open your 2 pieces. Alright? I'm going to go with mayonnaise because I like that better.
What kind of mayonnaise?
Hellman's, dude.
Light.
None of that disgusting. What's that fucking gross mayonnaise
What about
called?
Miracle Whip?
Miracle. Ugh.
Light mayonnaise.
Ugh. If any. Ugh.
I actually have both of them.
The Miracle Whip is so gross. Why does it taste so bad? How do they even sell more than 1 bottle per person of fucking that shit? Because as soon as you taste it, you have to be like, I am never buying this again. You got to figure the market is limited. It's such a disgusting
mayo.
man.
So.
Okay. Anyway, then you want to get your fucking slice of American cheese
you
or
only
whatever.
go with one condiment? You don't do multiples?
We're making a basic. I'm saying basic here. That's what I said.
He's
Basic.
keeping it simple, man.
Trying to move along here.
Mustard and
Um,
mayo.
Well, take
Mustard
your time.
or mayo.
I'm
I'm doing mayo. Okay. Then I take a slice of American cheese, put it on top of the mayonnaise to separate. Now you go for your cold cuts because you want them sitting in the fridge for the optimal amount of time.
I see.
Okay?
Okay.
You don't want them warming up on the fucking counter. No, sir. That's disgusting.
You and I make sandwiches very different.
This is just proper etiquette.
It takes like a
This
minute.
is common
Every
knowledge,
time.
Wes. This is common knowledge.
Is that 1 minute that big of a deal?
So you go ahead
Oh my God.
and you throw a few pieces of meat on there, you close her up, and you have a good time. That's how you make
I
it.
do mine so differently.
I would also. You could also toast the bread or throw lettuce and mayo.
Let's
or
go around.
lettuce and
Let's go
tomato.
around. Let's go
Lettuce
around.
and tomato.
Because I'm trying to stall so to see if Andrew sends
Okay.
us what we need. So-
My first compliment of this is you put the condiments directly on the bread, and that like soaks it up better as
Yes.
opposed to putting it on the meat. Because then when you put the 2 sides
they
together,
slide.
sometimes the condiment like leaks
Yeah.
out the
Oh, yeah.
sides.
Or they slide.
yeah,
agree.
or
I
they
agree.
slide. So that's the only thing I agree. But why not mustard and mayonnaise?
You can. I said basic.
I'm
here.
just well,
You
my,
could throw lettuce and tomatoes on there.
My
And toast the bread and get some bacon. It's
my,
all
my
delicious.
basic sandwich,
Basic sandwich.
is mayo on one side, a little bit of mustard on the other. Right? Then 2 pieces of cheese on each side.
Okay. You
To
do that
hold it in
too.
place, and then the meat goes in the middle.
It's a good idea as well.
My basic
They go
sandwich,
on the
I
side.
decide which hot pocket I want, and I throw it back away. No, I'm just kidding.
I go to the fridge and get my TV dinner going.
I like to do the rye bread myself. You can slice 1 slice in half, make it last a little bit longer, reduce the calories and the carbs if you're watching that sort of a thing.
Or
I
you
go.
just be fat like me and eat the whole.
I go with the Colby Jack rather than the American. You can get that sliced.
Cheddar's also delightful.
Yes.
Oh, American.
I
America
almost
cheese.
always toast
America
it.
cheese?
America cheese.
Ross is America cheese.
America cheese.
He's gonna move to Wisconsin and become a cheese dairy
He's
farm.
gonna buy Mars Cheese Castle and just knock the R off.
My ass.
My God.
He's like, that's brilliant. That's
You
brilliant.
should do that.
It makes perfect sense.
We're renaming the company.
Just slide that S over, all good. But yeah, and then it's also good. Throw it on a bagel. Try the bagel sandwich. Very tasty.
How about pretzel bun?
The great American bagels.
Pretzel bun, you say? Very good.
Good stuff.
Brioche.
I'm
Ciabatta.
not a fan of the pretzel buns.
I'm a fan of pretzels.
Get the fuck
I'm
out
a fan of pretzels, but not pretzel buns.
Leave your own house.
How dare you?
No, I don't like.
I thought I knew you, man.
Yeah, I prefer an onion roll.
Okay, onion rolls are not bad.
Yeah, they're very good for absorbency.
Absorbency.
We make up words here on the forward.
I like-
podcast. We'll go.
When I use regular like bread, like from a loaf of bread, that kind of like not a sub sandwich.
Mhm.
Like I like making my sandwich so before I like crunch it, it's like more tall than it is wide. There's like all sorts of meat in there, lettuce, just like
Falling out,
yeah,
tomatoes. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
And you
You're getting hungry for a sandwich.
I know. I'm gonna make one when I get home.
I mean, you have to struggle to get it in there.
Inches?
More inches!
Did you watch it last week?
I did, but I did not watch it.
Okay.
I listened to it.
Alright. That's
Did
the
you
thing.
get to the more inches part? That's what he
I
did.
did.
He's sitting on the other side. He gives it like a side profile. He's like, more inches!
No, you were doing that.
You both did.
Oh, I over-exaggerated it
What
afterwards.
were we
Sure.
even talking
I have
about?
no idea.
We were not talking
Something about more
I
inches.
said that I was gonna suck off somebody or something like that. Yeah, it was horrible.
I don't remember that.
Tony was
Okay.
doing this, and I'm like,
More
more
inches.
I've also started listening at 1.5x just to get through all the podcasts that I've found myself listening to.
That's a
You what?
Listen to
I
us and
listen-
fast
I
forward.
listen to
Are
some
we
of the
like
fast forward mode.
semi-chipmunks then?
It does a good job of making sure the pitch doesn't get too high.
Okay, cool.
His next question is for me and Moss if he's there.
Oh.
Nothing for Brian. People lost faith in you, dude.
Well, I was gone for like 2 months
Awesome.
because I was busy being stupid.
Would you like to see a female version of Link? Why or why not?
Wait, Link's not a girl? Or wait, I screwed that up.
Zelda's
I'm trying to be Mark here. Zelda's not. Fuck. Whatever. I tried. Fuck it. Terrible attempt at a joke.
No. Tradition.
Tradition.
Why at this point?
Yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna have a female lead,
Make it
Make-
Zelda
yeah.
and the Wand of Gamelon.
No. Make it a side character,
Mm-hmm.
or like
Wasn't there a Tetra game? Or am I-
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this add-on game to Four Swords Adventures in
Mhm.
Japan, but that was not. That was just like Four Swords. It was don't let the name fool you.
Mhm.
But like I imagine if it was like a like Oracle's like Link's Awakening or something, it was like a top-down game.
Uh-huh.
You could have made the genders interchangeable, sort of like
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Mhm.
Yeah, just pick your name and like it's a different sprite character, but
I agree. Don't mess with the character. Now I'm all for them making Zelda her own game, not the Philips CDI games, but similar to what they did with Super Princess Peach.
You have a problem with the Wand of Gamelon? I'd love to hear what's wrong with it. It's a classic.
Oh yeah.
Wand of Gamelon is so much better than Zelda's Adventure.
Isn't that? But Wand of Gamelon is a Zelda game, isn't it?
No.
Zelda's. What do you mean?
Zelda's the protagonist, isn't she?
Yeah, she's also
Okay.
the protagonist in
In Zelda's
the third-
Adventure. Yeah.
Like,
I've never
did I
played
ever
any of
tell you
them.
my spectrum of Zelda games?
No.
Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go.
Now, I've played all three of the CDI games.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
To completion?
Yes. Now, it's to the point where I am offended.
Congratulations.
I am offended when they refer to them as the three CDI games.
Okay.
Because here's my example. Just take Ocarina of Time, for example.
Mm-hmm.
If Ocarina of Time is here, the difference between Ocarina of Time and Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil, it's like here to here.
Substantial.
That same difference is between Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil and Zelda's Adventure.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. That game is one of the worst games I... It's playable, though. But like...
Why wasn't that in
long?
landfill last
Yeah.
week?
Throw it
Well,
in there.
it's not.
Fuck it.
It's not as bad as what was that game?
Duke
Side
Nukem.
Skyward
Pocket.
Sword?
No, Side Pocket for the NES.
Duke
Oh, that
Nukem
cool
forever.
game?
You know it.
I know it.
That was one of the worst games I've ever played.
Okay, I've never played it. I've just seen pictures of people like moving the cursor around.
Yeah, it's like a
pointing
Microsoft Paint game.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but Zelda's this is the breaking point for me. Once you start playing, it's like the original Legend of Zelda, top-down view and it scrolls. It takes 8 seconds between every scrolling screen.
Really?
Just a pot, like a dead.
Loading.
Really?
That's
and
a long
the
time.
music stops.
So it's just
So
freezes for a second.
do.
Yep. Like when you're in the overworld, it has a background. It's like just like this generic. But the thing is, sometimes it's a hard game too, and it's one of those things where if you die in the overworld, you start back at the beginning, all the time. And there's like the second dungeon, for example. You got to go through maybe 30 or 40 screens to get there. So it will take you 5 minutes just in loading time, not even gameplay, to get there.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to die like 10, 15 times if it's the first time you're playing that.
Jeez.
Like, so it's just... Like, Juan de Gamal, I think it's reached a point in Face of It that they're just so bad they're actually kind of okay. Like,
They've come full circle.
They're humorous. And those are the two best games I've ever played on that console. I only have like 8 games on the console.
Someone's ever played Burn Notice, or not Burn Notice, Burn Cycle.
On the CDI?
Yeah. I've never played it. I just know that it's supposed to be like the only good game for CDI.
Okay.
It's one of those FMV games though, so it probably wasn't very good. It was just a sign of the times.
Okay, but like the CDI, they messed up games like I have Battleship on the CDI, and the game is awful because you pick a coordinate and it goes to a damn movie of like a bomb missing something in the ocean, and then it says miss, and it takes like 45 seconds.
Can we stream that one night?
It's like 40 seconds every time you pick a coordinate.
So it's like Desert Bus, but less interesting.
If you want to play an hour and a half long game of Battleship, play it on the CDI.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I've stalled long enough that we can't wait any longer. We don't have any BS facts for the week. Sorry, Andrew.
Bullshit.
So I
You're
guess
right next week. That's
we'll
bullshit.
We'll double up for next week.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
Which then, that concludes our questions for the week, and
Rock
it
on.
concludes our show.
Yeah, that'll be it. Thank you for tuning in. This has been episode 117. Thanks for tuning in. I said that twice now.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in when you tuned in.
You can now tune out.
Catch us next week, same time, same place.